Welcome to video number 2 with tips on how to get out of your funk. Now, in the last video, I shared with you how I was in a really dark place on my 40th birthday. And it was because of external circumstances, like things that were completely out of my control. But what was in my control was that funky feeling. I was making choices on how I was responding to the things out of my control. And so if you are in a funk right now because of things that are outside of your control, that is why it is so important for you to listen to these tips, because these are the things that you can do right now to take control and change how you're feeling in response to these external uncontrollable circumstances. Now, in the last video, I gave you the first 2 tips, which were social connection and plan something that you were looking forward to. If you haven't done those 2, I'm ordering you to go back, do those now, and come back to me when you're ready. So assuming you're ready, let's talk about the next 2. So tip number 3 is, what are you grateful for? Now look, you might feel like that's a really fluffy and airy word and people talk about gratitude. I get it. But deciding what you're grateful for, recognizing that even in the epicenter of chaos, in the epicenter of total funkiness, that there are things you are grateful for. Even if it's that you're grateful you woke up this morning and you're still alive, that is something to be grateful for. So there are some daily practices, because I want you to build this into your daily routine, at least during this time of funky feeling, right? So it could be something that you think about first thing in the morning when you wake up. What are you grateful for today? My preference is to do it right before going to sleep. Like the last thing that I'm thinking of is, what am I grateful for today? Because even in my worst of days, there is absolutely one thing that I can find, even if it feels like the most minutia thing in the world. It's that one thing that I know I'm grateful for. And there's a benefit. It's kind of like bookending, wrapping up your day on a positive note, and then now that's in your subconscious when you sleep. So it's going to continue to help build more of that positive energy to help you get out of that funk. Now, speaking of sleep, that is tip number 4. I swear sleep is like the cure-all for nearly everything, right? Your body needs sleep. Now, when I was in my worst of times, I didn't feel like I was burning a lot of energy. Like I wouldn't have ever thought about needing sleep because I was spending a lot of my time not being around other people, right? Like totally withdrawing, just wanting to sit on the couch and veg and watch crap TV all day long. But as much as I didn't realize hey, I'm not burning energy, I actually was sucking the energy, the full-on life out of my body as I was just sitting there as a zombie, right? In this kind of depressed feeling. So sleep helps rejuvenate your cells at a molecular level. Your body needs sleep, and when you are fully rested, you're gonna wake up feeling much more energized. So even though it feels like you don't need sleep, you do. And doesn't mean you need to find hours more. Look, ideally you're getting to the 7-8 hour mark, but even if you can just add 15 more minutes onto your current sleep cycle, bravo, do it. All right, so at night before you go to bed, what are you grateful for? And then get that sleep. Those are your 2 tips. Hey, today, in the comments below, share with me, what are you grateful for today? I want to hear about it during this time of chaos. All right, stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to give you the final 2 tips on how to get out of your funk. I'm here to help you live that successful and fulfilling personal life. Until next time.